Let's start class. Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Eden. I'm here at Blissful.Energy in Melbourne, Florida, and I just wanted to do an over-analysis on plank and side plank pose. So in these positions, gravity is working against you, and if you cannot properly align yourself, you could cause injury. So I'm going to show one modification for each of these poses, and one or two modifications of these poses. And so if you are a beginner in yoga, then you would be able to still do these poses safely. All right, so let's get started. In our plank position, we use our plank position in our regular yoga sequence of sun salutations. And this is just to activate the arms. Plank position is great in any workout that you do. A plank position is the top of a push-up. Whenever you're in plank position, you want your wrists to align with your shoulders. I'm going to go ahead into tabletop and then into plank. So I'm going to show you how to modify this to keep your back straight. Okay, so let's go ahead into tabletop. Once again, my wrists are directly under my shoulders, I think. Yep, there they are. My knees are directly under my hips, but this is tabletop. So in this position, I'm going to let one leg out long, tuck that toe. Let me go up a little further. One leg out long, tuck that toe, and then the other leg out long. Now we want to make a straight line from our heels to the top of our head. So I am looking straight in front of me. In this position, you breathe 3 to 5 breaths. If you sink too low like this, or your butt is sticking up like this, or even like this, go ahead and bring your knees down. Knees should be hip width apart. And we're letting our hips go towards the floor. Toes are still tucked here. Pressing our hands completely into the floor. Okay? So we hold this 3 to 5 breaths. From this position, we're gonna shift our weight over to the right side. Both feet are stacked. Woo, try to keep your balance. Stacked on top of each other. Hand is up. So I have a little trouble with this position with my side balance, but as you can see, I do have a straight line with my body. So if you have a bit of difficulty with balance, you can bring that top leg forward. Okay? But if you have issues keeping your body up, you can bring this bottom leg down. So let's say that you cannot keep a straight line in this position and you're here, but you still want to go into that side plank. You still shift your weight over to the right side, and I'm just going to bring my foot behind me. Top leg goes out straight, top arm goes out straight. So you see how my hip is lifted a little more? Let's try to make a straight line. 3 to 5 breaths here. That seems pretty hard actually. All right, so let's go back into our plank position, tucking my toes, making sure I have a straight line. I'm going to show you from the back. I'm going to shift my weight over to the left side, stack my feet, and lift that arm up towards the ceiling. I'm looking up at that top hand. Once again, for balance, you can bring that top leg forward, or for an easier position, bringing that bottom leg to bend underneath you to support you. So we want to make a straight line. And go ahead and come all the way back down. Whew. This is a very challenging position, both of these, because you're working your whole body. You need to be careful of your wrists because you're really working your wrists. And if you have wrist issues, I would say definitely stretch before and after. Actually, even if you don't have wrist issues, clasp your hands, rotate. Pulling back with one hand, straight arm. That did hurt my wrists a little bit. So if you have super sensitive wrists, then I would say try plank with your hands on a blanket or with your knees down so you don't put so much pressure on your wrists for so long. It does say 3 to 5 breaths here, but once again, if you're a beginner, then definitely just try it out for a breath or two, 1 to 2 times in your practice, and you'll be fine. And even whenever you do your sun salutations, you're practicing plank in those flows, so you'll get your practice in without having to hold it for 3 to 5 breaths. But to warm up those shoulders and those arms to get into more complicated positions like headstand or handstand, then definitely do this for 3 to 5 breaths 2 to 3 times in your practice. Okay, so I'm just going to read here for a moment. You want to avoid, in plank pose, you want to avoid lifting your fingers off the floor and rounding your upper back. So like I said before, don't let your booty stick up into the air, but don't let it slouch either. It needs to make a straight line. And with side plank, man, gravity is just working against you in both of these positions. And I've always found it a big challenge to hold these positions for 3 to 5 breaths. As you can see, I'm a little winded. You want to avoid your spine or legs falling out of alignment. So always with that straight line, even if your bottom knee is placed on the ground, make sure the top leg and the top arm are in a complete straight line, right? The benefits of side plank are balance, of course. It was really hard for my balance, but if I bring that top leg forward a little bit, it really helps stabilize. And then eventually I'll be able to stack my feet on top of each other. So then you don't have to worry about, or you will have improved your balance. Okay, it strengthens your abs, legs, arms, and wrists. Pretty much everything. This is just great for overall practice. And I really hope that you try it out in your daily practice. So these videos are to help you instill a good foundation for your daily practices. So I've done cat-cow, plank position, and a couple other ones, breathing. And I would implore you to go ahead and check those videos out and every day try a new position or try to overanalyze these positions while you're in it in your daily practice. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay happy, and namaste.